Beautiful people, it's me, Pamela, on my YouTube. Cho, no, what's the T? Siya Hlazia.
DJ Waras was unalived doing the job that was not even his. In Tefanangabenzo or COJ, he was now a maintenance guy in that building. Actually, a few buildings now. The way they put it, it's a few buildings. He was a maintenance guy. He was a security guard. Guys, like, what's going on there? What was that for? And every time you know how it is, ne? And manje, it is a story. So good to manje, it's cartels trying to hijack. I have actually hijacked the buildings there in CBD in Johannesburg. Guys, it's a lot. And he's been doing this since March. He just was there every day. And there's some innocent guy that they're looking for, innocent Agaziwa, who was always with him. They need to question him, but they have leads, sort of. Because basically it's people now who wanted the rent to come to them. Guys, if you involved in a silly guys, busy like unaliving people who are just trying to do good. And the way they been speaking about DJ Warasabanda Bamanzo, who were close to him, they just like, he was the most beautiful person. Like, why unalive the guy when he was just at work? He was not necessarily even fighting with anyone, although he had threats and he had about 5 protection orders until the 3 guys were standing right next to him, and then they pop out the guy. Like, honestly, guys, why would you do that? So basically, DJ Waras was actually asked by a certain company of lawyers to take care of this building, this particular one. And that company of lawyers was actually asked by the owners. There's a lot of fights there. Those hijacked buildings there had caused a lot of toxicity and chaos. It's chaotic there. On top of Dudula, doing some stuff there, trying to do a cleanup there. It's still not working, guys. It's a lot. So basically, DJ Waras was in a dangerous space trying to fend for his family. How sad, guys. Uzufele emsebenzini wakho trying to make things better for your family. How crazy.
We do security at a building in town, CBD, right? So it's a nice contract. We've got security guards there, but coming into the contract, because it was a previously hijacked building, a semi-hijacked building, the owner was like, yo, people are up my shit. Can you come in with the Zulus? Nlungise. We came in, salungisa, yabo. Kwagnomteto. After Kwagnomteto, safaka magadi. After safaka magadi, we had to check okay, kahle kwenzakalani kule bhilidi. Number 1, occupancy far exceeded. You've got 240, 250 rooms. You shouldn't have more than about 1,000 people, give or take. That's maximum. You've got well over 1,000 people living in this building, because some of these rooms, which are quite small, are housing 7, 8 people that all work at one pakkie shop. Not going to work. Or 7, 8 tailors. We are tailors from Malawi. None of us have papers to be here, but here we are, right? And we're sharing this rental of 2,000 rand a month, whatever it is. Nip that in the bud, right? Do I know how to do a building audit? Of course I don't. So who do I phone? I phone one of the Grootmans. Because I don't have the expertise or the skill set, but I can develop it. I brought in this Grootman. His name is Arnie Williams. Okay, and I said, Uncle Arnie, how do we operate here? And he said, well, Striker has a solution called Second Check. The Second Check system works like this. We come into the building, we check everything. We check all of the COC requirements and how far you are from meeting them.